Hello, my Remnant Road Warriors. Good Testimony Tuesday morning. I am back once again. Y'all know I'm always coming back, right? Y'all know I'm always coming back to y'all every single day, 5 days a week. Y'all get my wonderfulness. Yes. And I have another exciting testimony for you guys today. We have a motivational speaker for you guys. We have somebody that's motivating to, especially this month for Cancer Awareness and Women's Month. We are over the top excited. Now, y'all, you know I'm bad with names. Y'all know every morning I read this daily bread to y'all and I mess up names every day. They give me the hard names on purpose. And I think my next guest, I think she just changed her last name to make it hard for me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I want to introduce you guys to my guest, Sabine Kavinberg. And I am going to ask her a bunch of amazing questions. And you guys are going to get to know her and Remnant Road Warriors. Y'all be nice to my guests. Don't be being mean to my guests. Y'all listen to the whole show. Don't just come on here because Sabine is cute. She's cute. Y'all see her. All of y'all on YouTube, y'all see her. Y'all know she's cute. Don't just be coming on here to look at her and forget about me. I'm just saying. Y'all know I be having all the pretty people on the show, and then y'all just be trying to be fickle and acting funny and stuff. Okay. So Sabine, how are you?
Oh, Tanya, I am fantastic, and I'm even better now because just listening to your introduction, it just made me smile from ear to ear and giggle, and my cheeks are already hurting because it's so funny. I can only imagine how our conversation goes.
Oh, I'm sure you seem super duper bubbly, so I'm assuming that this is just going to be a bubble over. I think that I love to make people laugh, and I'm a natural encourager. So I'm always pouring into people. So that's my favorite thing to do. And so I am excited to have Testimony Tuesday has become my pet project. This is my favorite day of the week because it is a day where people get to hear the triumphs of other people. They get to hear the struggles of other people. They get to engage with people that they might not otherwise engage with. So I am super duper excited that I'm able to do this interview with you.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, darling. I am I'm over the moon. And you come highly recommended. Y'all know my first Testimony Tuesday, we interviewed Miss Barbara Schuler, and she raved about Sabine, and y'all know how good that interview was. So I can't even imagine. This is probably going to be,
Oh my God, make me blush. Hopefully I can, keep up with that.
And ma'am, I went and looked at some of your videos. You are, you doing it to it, honey. You doing it to it. I saw you teaching people how to motivate and speak that. Yes, ma'am. We have to talk about that too, because I fancy myself a motivational speaker of sorts, but I haven't actually gotten to do it anywhere where it mattered. I mean, it matters. Excuse me, Remnant Road Warriors. Don't get mad. Y'all matter. I'm not talking bad about y'all. But when I say I haven't done it on a big stage, and I'm actually an ordained minister, so at some point I will do that.
And you will.
But I haven't actually, So
that's the beginning. That's the beginning.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, right? Mm-hmm. So I want you to tell us now. We know your name is Sabine, and we know you're a motivational speaker of motivational speakers. But I want you to tell us who you are and what you do. Like, talk about your journey. Like, how did you get to be this grandiose? Y'all don't know. I saw videos of her on a stage with these fabulous outfits on, looking all fabulous and stuff. I went through her page. Y'all don't know. Okay.
So, well, I'm also known as the storytelling dame from Germany because as a former actress and director, I know the power of stories. And this is what you do so beautifully here, telling stories from other people's experiences and testimonies. That's stories. And so that is, in a nutshell, what my origin was. And that eventually led me to what I'm doing now, teaching entrepreneurs, CEOs, and business professionals how to use storytelling, how to communicate better, and most importantly, how to present themselves so that they connect authentically with their audiences.
Wow. So what led you into, because I know you have a directing and acting background, but what led you into wanting to help people to communicate better?
Well, I think I always had that within me. I was always some sort of a leader that people came to in the school, even during my acting times. And I always wanted to make people laugh. And being a performer and director, you not only tell people stories, but you also make people laugh, think, cry, you evoke emotions. And all of that started out pretty, and I say this in parentheses, selfishness, because I loved it. So I was thinking about me and what I wanted to do. But you see, I believe that God always instills those talents and passions so that you start following it. Because if you don't have fun, what is the use, right? So that's the first indication. And that later led me to start my own business, a performing arts school, because I wanted to pass on the passion for the performing arts to a new generation. But little did I know that I was teaching much more than just acting, dance, and music. I was teaching life lessons. I made difference in young people's lives and even in adults. So I taught all ages. And that was really the beginning. And that led me to write my first book, because I also had an agency. So I helped aspiring performers getting their start in the entertainment industry. And that means getting them in front of agents and casting directors. But here was the funny thing that I discovered, Tanya. Sometimes I had people, they were equally talented, but some made it and some not. And I thought, what's the difference? And then I discovered one very important part, and that is your attitude, your ethics, your values, your mindset, your goal setting, all of that. And that led me to write a workbook so that I could give them something, my students and my actors. And that later on led me to create a book so you have something. And then I started speaking on different stages in front of different audiences that had nothing to do with the performing arts. And they wanted a book. So I said, okay, what am I going to do? So I wrote my second book. I took all of that first part that applies to everybody and created my second book, Unlock Your Full Potential. And that was really the beginning for me to then later on even helped more people in the process.
Wow. And it's so, the irony of this conversation, well, not irony, let me take that back. God doesn't make mistakes. Everything is within divine purpose and divine order. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. I have a bachelor's degree of digital film and television, with my concentration is producing and directing. And I'm also a script writer. So I'm like, wow, like she's done everything that I currently went to school for. And so I never thought that radio was going to ever be part of it. I knew that God had called me to do production, and I knew that I was supposed to do it for the kingdom. Mm-hmm. But I never thought about radio, was never in my thought process until a former business partner of mine, we ended up starting a radio station that she still runs. And then I branched off into this, and it's just been taken off. Yeah. But that was never in my thought process. Like I was never, ever thinking about it, radio. And then it snowballed into what I have today and going forward and trying to get this, or not trying, getting this to do what it's doing now and watching God just move. And so God just stair-stepped you, it sounds like, into from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. And it turned into a career where you're like helping all these people. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it's beautiful to see this unfold. And as we mature, we see our tasks or our calling a little bit differently. And that is a beautiful thing. Once you start that personal growth process, oh Lord, you cannot stop the train.
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so question number 2. What's one challenge you faced that God turned around for you?
One?
Pick one. Pick one.
Well, it really started out when I was just 9 years old. And actually, I do share the story in my upcoming book, Gumption. And I don't want to take everything away from readers reading it, but it was a very traumatic experience that I had as a kid. And for some reason, for a very good reason, I shall say, I was not done yet. And I heard this voice inside just said, run, run, run. And I was running away from the danger that I was faced at that time that could have been my end, for what I know, right? So that was really the first time, subconsciously, I didn't know it then, but in writing my book and speaking on stages, that became part of my story. And then the second was just guiding the right people to me. Because you see, I didn't start out as an actress. I actually listened to the well-meant advice of my dad, who said, Sabine, find a job with benefits and a good salary so you can pay your bills and have something left over to pursue your hobbies. By that, he meant the acting and the singing and everything. And I did. I was unhappy. And then I did one thing. And that was in the moment where I just thought I could not do this for the next 40 years. What is mine to do? Ask and ye shall receive. That same week, I had that quote-unquote chance meeting with my former drama and music teacher, Mr. Herbst, who reminded me of my talent and only said one sentence, but that was enough to trigger me to change careers. But you see, when we have those pivotal moments, it's sometimes not big. It can be small, sometimes big, sometimes small. Like that person who said, Sabine, are you still doing it? I said, no. And he said, what a shame, Sabine, you are so talented. And I thought, yes, he is right. And I changed careers. You see, those little things can happen. And many of those moments. And I share plenty of those inspirational moments and stories of heartbreak and triumph in my book. And I'm just so passionate about. And even that book, Tanya, was a direction from God. And if I can share something, that was the last, that beginning of this year, I was at Podfest. I'm a podcaster too. And I was interviewed by another podcaster. And then she said, Sabine, you need to write a book. And I said, I already wrote 3 books. She said, no, you don't understand. You need to write your story and the wisdom and everything that you shared with me that needs to get out. And I said, okay, I think about it. And that same day, I went to the expo hall, and there were vendors, and there was a New York publisher who had a sign said, pitch your book and we'll give you feedback. I didn't have a book. In the back of my mind, I said, yeah, I know I have to do this because I just know I need to share this. So I thought, okay, there was a sign. Those are the signs. Those are directions from higher power, from the Lord. And so I signed up. The next day I pitched my book that I didn't have, but I was just honest that I don't have a book, but I have stories. So I shared a couple of pivotal moments. And then that publishing director looked at me and said, you need to write this book. And I was like, she told me everything that was involved in that. It's not a walk in the park. Let me just put it that way. It's a lot of time and financial obligations you have to put something like that together in today's world, right?
Right.
But I heard the calling and I said yes. And now that book is being published in January of next year.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And you know what? It's so funny. I literally, we're going to talk some more after this interview because there's so many scary parallels. God has a sense of humor that is way beyond ours.
Oh yeah.
Because I just got, my son just told me, he said, Mom, you need to write your story down. And so I just heard that. Like, I'm talking maybe a couple of months ago.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just funny how when you really think about, because you look at yourself and you go, who wants to hear my story?
Yeah. All those monkey chattering voices that we have, right? Who am I? And even now, and I went through a lot of growth, and even now they still coming back once in a while. But now I have a technique that I also teach my clients to switch it around. And when you catch yourself, and we all do it, we all have it, even the highest evolved person or personal growth guru still has it, but they're able to flip it quickly. And that's the difference.
I have been fighting a cold for the last 2 or 3 days. My niece was here. She's 2, and she was sick. Whole house was sick after dealing with her. But so how has faith shaped the way you handle your business and or daily life?
Everything. I have that saying, let go and let God. Oftentimes that is the best piece of advice. And I always look at things from a different perspective. And sometimes, yes, we get into our little ego shell, right? But the more we evolve, I always look at, how can I serve? What difference can I make? And if that little bit of ego steps into, I have to make the sale, or I have to get this person out to say yes, or whatever it may be for you, right? I just have to step back and say, no, let's have it from a different perspective, from the serving perspective. I am here for a certain reason. And when I started with that shift and with my spiritual growth that I went through, everything changed. And that's how I conduct my business and how I conduct my life. And it's beautiful. It really is. And I love my life. I love everything about it. All the trials and tribulations that I had, trust me, were just a stepping stone. And I'm grateful for what I have right now. I'm not looking back. I'm not looking forward. Of course, we do have those moments, right? I'm not saying that, but I'm not looking back in anger or eagerness, looking forward and looking to someone, why don't I have that, or I have to have that? No, I'm looking at that very moment, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful that we have this conversation right now.
I did an interview last week, and she was saying that we don't have to do things, we get to do them.
Exactly.
And it made me look at my vocabulary different, because I think about, what do I want to do? What do I have to do? What do I need to do? No, what do I get to do?
Yes.
And that was a great perspective shift for me, because even the hard stuff, I get to go through this. I get to overcome it.
Yes.
And so that was a big deal to me. Like, I was just like, and she was like, oh, I'm not trying to be the word police. And I was like, no. I said, I needed that. Yeah. Because I told her, I said, I tell my kids, I am the word police. You don't say negative things because words have power. The Bible says life and death is in the power of the tongue. So the things that you say, you're giving life to those things, and you don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
What is one scripture, if you have one, or one principle that you live by, that always fueling your?
That would be Matthew, and that would be, for truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you. I lived by that. And even before I knew the scripture, there was something instilled within me that I realized way into my life, right? I always was a positive person, always. I always liked to smile. And people say, oh, you're so enthusiastic if there's one thing, right? And then I realized, oh my gosh, yes. You know, where that word comes from the Greek root. En means in, and theos means God. So literally, God within. Yeah, and that is powerful. So I know, and I refer to it as my higher self, because we all are the godlings, and this is what Jesus has said too. Is that, you know, you can do the same thing. I paraphrase, right? What I did, and even greater things. And that, once you realize that, it's like, oh my God, life will change, because you are the conduit. You are the hands of God, the hands and the voice of God. And you are the expression of God. And once you see that you, me, everybody, we are expressions of God, whoa, everything changed.
Yeah, I knew this was going to be a good conversation. I love you, Sabine. When we talk about, and I tell my audience all the time, I say, Remnant Road Warriors, we are the hands and feet of Jesus. Mm-hmm. And when he told his disciples to go ye therefore, and he said greater things, they didn't have television. They were tying pieces of paper to the feet of pigeons and sending pigeons out and waiting for however long for the pigeon to come back. Like we have the technology we don't have an excuse or a reason not to talk about the good things that God has done for us.
Right.
And so we are walking, living, breathing testimonies to the goodness of God.
Yes. And what you just said, maybe it started out with pigeon putting messages out there. We have so many ways to express that. And one of them is through music. And that was another, like, totally God moment. We had our school and we moved to a new building. And one day I had a visit from a reverend who, they were looking to form a new church in our city, and they were looking for a facility. And somehow they were directed to our studio. Long story short, I said yes, and I said it from a business perspective. Sundays we are closed. It would be great to get additional income in. And she invited us to the first service. I listened to it and was like, wow, I found a new home. The second service, the first service, there was one who was, my background is musical theater. So I love musical theater, right? And the guest musician was singing Climb Every Mountain from the Sound of Music. I said, wow, that's my wheelhouse. So the next Sunday service, she asked, we're looking for all kinds of positions and we're looking for a music minister. My hand went up and I don't know how. I said, I've never done music ministry before. But I love it. I think I would be good. So a year in, I learned everything, but then I didn't have any more music to share. Then I started writing the music for the church service. Wow. And the first music was, I always know music is powerful, and I always wanted to support the message of the minister.
Right.
And her topic was the game of life. That was her topic because it was the final Super Bowl. So I don't know any music that fits to that. Guess what? I sat down on my piano. I'm not a good piano player. I played it for my music students, right, to accompany that. But then this song came to me. The game of life, just play it right. Put God first and see God's grace. And every challenge we face will turn out good, 'cause God is love, and you would see God's big reward. With God as partner, you win the game of life.
Wow. Wow. You have a beautiful voice.
Yeah, and that's, you have a radio station who plays Christian music. This is a little bit of a different. This is more of a storytelling singer-songwriter. But I have a CD that I think we can talk in hour. But I also share that song, that story in my book, how I asked God, or how God guided me at one very pivotal moment to then start creating my CD and writing more songs. And it's just the whole journey. It's just so beautiful.
And this is something I want to say. People think that ministry or ministers have to stand in a pulpit, but that's not so. God wants us to be in the marketplace so that we can affect people in the marketplace. You don't know how many people have been brought to seek the Lord just by being around you or watching you live your life. Just in what He put in you and now what you're pushing out to the world. God gets glorified because your life resonates His glory.
Yeah.
And that's the testament to just the amazingness of how God uses each and every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
People say, oh, I have to be a Christian this. No, you just have to go do what it is God is telling you to do, and you can be a Christian and still point people to Jesus just because you're not in a pulpit. Everybody's not called to that, but everybody is called to share the good news.
Yeah.
And you sharing just your testimony and how God has blessed you, changed your life, rearranged things, that writing those books, every person that reads that book and hears your testimony and the different things that you've gone through will know the presence of God just in the reading of it. So that's an amazing ministry. That's an amazing testament and a testimony. All right, y'all, testimony. Look, y'all, I told y'all, Remnant Road Warriors, I told y'all this was gonna be good. I told y'all. Y'all don't even be listening to me, man. I told y'all. And don't think I forgot, Remnant Road Warriors audience, daily bread proverb for today. Do not forget to read your proverb of the day. I told y'all, I'm watching y'all. I'm watching y'all. Y'all know I'm watching y'all, right? Okay. Because you guys y'all been pimping me, getting me to read these proverbs, the whole thing for y'all every week, and y'all don't read them on your own. That's why I've been summarizing them for y'all, because now I know y'all be cheating. I know y'all do. But I digress. I had to fuss at them first. But let me get back. Using my reading skills so that they don't have to get in this Bible. Y'all got to get in this Bible so y'all know this word. Okay. So our last question, and before I even ask this question, y'all know she done said so much stuff. This question is redundant, right? She just gonna say something else real good to tell y'all. Okay. So the last question is, if you could leave our listeners with one word of encouragement, what would it be?
Follow your heart. Serve from the heart. Follow your passion. And here's the thing. We have to work on our, what I call, invisible stages. Those are the moments that no one sees, but they are pivotal. They are important, because when we work on those invisible stages, we can shine in the spotlight when it matters. So this is what I leave you with. Master the moments no one sees to lead the moments everyone remembers.
Wow. That is very good. Oh my gosh, Sabine. So if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, where could they reach out to you at?
The best thing is to go to my website. It's right there, sabinekvenberg.com, or just go and follow me on my YouTube channel or Instagram, on social media, anywhere. That's the best thing. And I even have an app. Well, I'm on that app where people can call me and speak to me directly. So, and you might be able to put it in.
We start shameless plugging the app. You talking about Al?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're talking about Al. OWWLL. And you guys, I have met all these interviews are brought to you by Owl. I just want you to know that every single one of these interviews are ladies that I met on the Owl app. Mm-hmm. So that is a great, great tool to get mentorship, further your business. So shameless plug. Jason, are you listening, sir? Shameless plug. Yep. Shameless plug. But Owl is an amazing app. And I'll put the information for Owl at the bottom.
Perfect. But here's one more thing that I wanted to say. If somebody really wants to get to that next level, I formed a network. It's called the Vibrant Voices Network. And that is a membership for those seekers, for those who want to make a difference, for those who want to get their voice being heard. I am in there every week. We connect, we mastermind. I'll teach something. I share everything that I know. And that's the best way for right now. Who knows how it's going to be in the future, but for right now, to have direct contact with me, like one-on-one. And so I'm sure you put it in there, but if not, just go to my website, sabinekvenberg.com. And by the way, I'm the only Sabine Kvenberg that there is. If you put in Google, you find no other.
All the social media coming up. If you put in Sabine Kvenberg on social media, on Google, all her social media is gonna come up. Now I'm gonna do y'all a favor, all of you on YouTube. It's all gonna be at the bottom of the screen. But her name is so unique. There's not another her. So if you look it up, she's Googleable. So if you Google her, you'll see it.
That's right. And if you hear it now, this interview, while it's still my book is still not out yet, just contact, DM me, and if you want to have a front seat on my book launch and get the perks, DM me on social media and just put in Gumchin, and then I will give you all the little details.
Ooh, y'all heard it here first. See, I love doing first stuff.
Yeah.
Number one. All right, Sabine, it was this was such an amazing interview. You are such an awesome woman of God. I am super duper honored to have been able to interview you with your smiling face and your pretty self. Oh my goodness. All right, Remnant Road Warriors, y'all know what to do. Y'all know what this is. Sabine, don't you move, because I still want to talk to you. Love, peace, hair grease. I'm out.